Hello, okay, welcome back to my vlog, and today I said I would be talking about hyperactivity in ADHD since it's attention, then hyperactivity. Alright, now before I get into that, I just want to make a mention, if you enjoy the content and you want to keep up to date with it, then please follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a like, comment, questions, voila. Alright, now, hyperactivity. What do I mean by hyperactivity? Well, essentially what I mean is fidgeting, restlessness, an inability, or rather a difficulty in focusing on quiet subjects, even quiet leisure subjects. So things like reading, even, you might become quite audible, your reactions might be quite dramatic perhaps. These are all common for people with ADHD. I mean, that's why it's there. Like I said, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So in my case, yeah, very much so, especially when I was a kid. I used to make jokes about it and tell people it was because I was high on caffeine, which, wasn't the case. I mean, I did drink a lot of coffee, which certainly didn't help, but even so. And I still drink a lot of coffee, actually. Anyway, so with hyperactivity, yes, it literally means like you could be running around, climbing, bouncing off the walls. I feel like that phrase was made for people with ADHD. And as a kid, that was me, down to a T. I'd be climbing on every wall, on every fence, practically trying to climb the walls like Spider-Man. I'd be jumping on and off the sofas, on and off the beds. I'd be running around in circles. Basically, it's almost like you're being run by a motor. Like you have your own personal engine, and it's fueled constantly. So you're constantly on the go. Now, it can be anything. I mean, it's like, now for me, sitting still in a seat is a nightmare. One, if I actually manage to keep myself still, I feel really tired in no time. And and then I start to get restless, and then I can't help myself. So that's what I mean. If you have ADHD and you're super hyperactive, then it's even things like sitting down, sitting still. It's practically impossible. I mean, you'll fidget, you tap your feet, stomp your leg, fidget with your hands, your thumbs, your pen, all the time. I had doctors and teachers suggest to me that perhaps one good method of controlling that would be to sit on my hands, like put them under my thighs, and then just keep them there. So I'm like physically restricting my movement. And if I'm honest, there were times when it helped, sure, I wasn't as fidgety as usual, but a lot of the time it also made me feel extra restless, like I really need to move. I needed to find some way of moving around, any way that was possible, and I would. So, yeah, and the thing is, with hyperactivity, because it makes you very boisterous, very energetic, sometimes that can be a bit disconcerting for people, who especially as you get older, because as you're a kid, everyone expects kids to be hyperactive. It means it's strange if they're not, but as you get older, you may start to feel a bit self-conscious about it, because now you'll be talking a million miles an hour, you'll be tapping when you're in your comprehensive class, or in college, university, whatever, where everyone else is probably honed in on the subject. You could be honed in too, but still fidgeting. It doesn't mean you're not listening. Now, that's the thing. Because of that, there were times when I found people who found it difficult to sit next to me, or people I would try to talk to just so I had someone to talk to in class, and they wouldn't want anything to do with me because I was coming off as quite strange, because I was just way too energetic for them. I mean, it's not just physically either. It's like your mind is constantly on the go. I find it hard to sleep because I'm constantly thinking about things, running things over that I've done in the day, things that I want to do tomorrow, things that I enjoy, like TV shows or books. I'll be running over my head, things that make me worry. It's interesting. However, there are bright sides, of course, as there is. I don't necessarily see hyperactivity as all that bad a thing, because I feel like it's a lot more fun to be around someone who's hyperactive than someone who's like deadpan, no emotion, barely moves, too serious all the time, especially as you get older. I feel like when you get older, you shouldn't lose sight of that inner child, and at least with ADHD, that's kind of impossible because you still have hyperactivity. So, and I think that when you're hyperactive, because your mind is also moving as fast as your body might be moving, it's like people with ADHD tend to be really creative or imaginative. I like writing screenplays and novels. I want to start writing music. I just need the confidence for that one. And because of that, they get really, really invested and they put all their efforts into it because they have a lot of effort to give if they're that hyperactive. So it's not a bad thing, And if you're, if you have ADHD, try not to think at times, okay, I should probably settle down a bit. Now, I get in classes, like, that might be important because then you're not distracting anyone, so try and keep, not lid on it, but just try and suppress it a little bit, put it into the tasks where it'll be beneficial for you. And then, like, I feel like, though, most time you shouldn't feel like you have to subdue the hyperactive part of yourself. I mean, it's not like with the attention, attention on subjects or on activities is more often not very important. Being hyperactive, I mean, that's just a characteristic. You get people who are like class clowns all the time. You get people who are notorious for being eccentric. And look how they're received. A lot of the time, in my experience, they're received quite positively. Put all of that energy into being funny, into jokes, because you're probably naturally funny. Put all of it into your creativeness, right? So you're like an explosion of color. Do something like that. I mean, yeah, so hyperactivity, I don't see it as a bad thing. There's not a lot to say on it, like on the surface, like as an overall view. So I'll be ending the video any second now, really. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think that's just the gist of it. It's part of who you are. At the end of the day, with autism and ADHD, that's what comes down to. It's part of who you are. Accept it, and that's all you need to do. So, anyway, I'll end the video here, but next video, I think I'll start now dissecting ADHD. Now, there is a lot of points to make, so I'm going to have to structure that a little more soundly. So I'm not sure what I'll talk about yet. So if you want to find out, stay tuned. Check out the next video. Follow me on a TikTok so you'll get notified when the next video comes up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave like, comment, like I said at the beginning. Yeah, and just keep an eye on the things I'm doing because there is a lot I want to do and I really hope you like it. So, without further ado, I'll say goodbye. Right, so see you. Hopefully, you'll be there for the next video. Bye!